That'll be moving closer to about 90 knots.
Golly. Those homes are destroyed. Look at that home. That home was inaccessible. That's how wide it is. Golly.
Our starting point was just on the state border, I believe.
Yeah.
So we're back in Arkansas now.
Look at that on top of the ridge. Look how scary that would be to be there. My goodness. So this is Kenneth and Donna Rush, that blue house. They survived just to the left of those windows. This house right there.
My God.
The one right to the right of the pond.
Was getting ready for bed, and all of a sudden my wife's she called me hollering, and so I went to see what she was hollering about. By the time I got down halfway by the hallway, the lights went off. So I got to ask her, and I said, what's going on? She said, I hear a tornado coming. I said, I know it's raining and blowing wind pretty hard. So, and all of a sudden I got right up there by her, and the glass broke. Stuff started blowing through the house, and so I took and laid over top of her to protect her from the debris, and all of a sudden everything just went, the windows blowed out, the doors blowed out, and everything went flying everywhere. And we was praying, asking God to protect us, and we kept praying as long as the storm was coming through, and we made it through it. And
I'm going to show you the power of prayer too. You know it, but well, let's go ahead and take a look over here at the living room. This is where you survived, and that chair that's back in the corner of the living room is where those people survived.
This is the northern extent of the tornado. And there it is. It's done. It just lifts at that point. Trees are fine. Wow, that was wide, wide, wide. Holy cow. Oh, wow. Now over here is Susie Hughes, and downtown Rogers got hit. So this whole thing was a tornado. That's what it was. You can tell. That's a wide tornado, man. That tree's pulled down to the southwest. Look at this one right here. You can tell trees are pulled down this way. They're rotating. You got more tree damage here. It's sporadic. RFD damage, but no, definitely trees. You can see them all pulled in a direction, and so mark this right here on the north side of Bentonville.
So what we're trying to do is we've got new video evidence of rotating rain curtains, winds shifting directions from Bentonville. There's a lot of talk about how there was a tornado that came through Bentonville. The Weather Service, with the limited time that they have, they came out, they saw trees laying down in a similar direction, which is indicative of straight line winds. But with new video evidence of rotating rain curtains on the northwest side of the Bentonville Square that lines up with a lot of tree damage, we're checking it out. What we're looking for is a convergent wind pattern where trees are pulled into a center line, which would be the tornado vortex. And if we can find damage that's being pulled back towards the tornado, we know that we have a tornado, and we can confirm that damage, and the Weather Service can get another confirmation on a tornado in Bentonville. These trees, first of all, to repair and replace, you're not going to be able to replace, but they're super expensive. Just a small tree. Think of the amount of money that was lost from this storm alone. Even if it didn't hit a home, you've lost something that you've had in your backyard for literally almost 100 years, maybe even more. And these trees are no more as they have been knocked down. And think of all the debris and cleanup that this is going to take. You see all the trees on the side of the roads. This is going to take months, if not close to a year, to get everything back in order.
We're approaching 700,000 cubic yards today that our hauler has picked up. That's in addition to what the residents have brought us to the other 3 sites we had for drop off. So well over 1 million cubic yards of vegetative debris as a result of this storm. That doesn't even begin to talk about the construction debris.
Mm-hmm. To see the amount of devastation from trees and electric poles and everything, and to know that for the most part people were safe in the middle of that, pretty amazing, to be honest with you. And I was looking at some of the pictures, but the root balls on these trees. I mean, we went and you just stand next to them, and they're huge, and they just lifted out of the ground. Like, it was just, honestly, it was really shocking whenever you really got out and started to see the destruction.
Definitely a storm that changed the landscape of the city. It's now we're driving in, there's no city hall anymore, and people come up, and we're working remotely out of the fire department at the moment, but thanks to the city of Springdale, they donated us a mobile unit. I saw pictures of that up there. It was delivered last week.
The width of this tornado that came across us is the width of Decatur. And had it aligned itself in a particular way, Decatur could have been gone, and many of us could have been dead.
Don't rely on them sirens. They're outdoor warning devices. I mean, they'll wake you up if you live close to it, but make sure you have a weather radio, or our news stations have great weather apps, BC alerts out there. Make sure you have a way to and then also, again, if you haven't filed with FEMA, please do that right away. Let them know.
FEMA is here on the ground. They want to help. It's easy to process. It's not an intimidating process. And they have a new tool in their belt that they haven't had for other storms in the past that just started in March. And that is so there's a $42,000 cap on individual assistance, but there's an additional $42,000 cap for underinsured gaps. And so knowing that so many people in Northwest Arkansas have really been the beneficiary of appreciating property values, they haven't kept up with their insurance. And so I would venture to guess that 80 to 85% of people in Benton County are probably underinsured on their home.
Yeah.
And so this will apply for that gap. But going forward, folks need to understand that while we hope this never happens again, when you get your fence repaired, or the worst scenario that you're in, you need to get with your insurance company. You need to make sure that you're covered to the level that you want to be covered in the event of future storms. As our hauler has put it, and they've been doing this for a long time, and so has the monitoring firm, that from a debris standpoint, it's the worst they've ever seen.
Wow.
Hurricane, tornado, whatever, the worst they've ever seen.
Wow.
So, I'm glad we got a good quick start on it, but now, the process is going to go a little slower as pass through and pass 2 and pass 3 comes through.
We're in the second swipe going through the city of trying to get debris up. So we want people to call us if they think that they've set more debris out and we need to get a truck down there.
What our residents need to understand, we're not going anywhere. We're going to haul debris until it's all gone. And so people need to just be patient, continue to put their debris out at the curb, keep it separated, vegetative debris from construction debris, from trash, keep it away from power poles, from fire hydrants, from any other utilities that sit in your front yard. This is not a next month or by the end of the year when the fat guy in the red suit comes. This is going to be a much longer process of recovery. Yeah. And it's a psychological process of recovery, because even as you get your home put back together and your neighbors do, you still have to leave your neighborhood, and you're going to see 24th and Walnut, which isn't going to be back to normal for a long time.
There's people I've never seen before that showed up with chainsaws, started cutting trees, for the roads that were blocked.
It's my third anniversary, and I didn't expect to start the day out this way, but you chip in when people need help.
We've been going to a lot of houses with chainsaws and just cutting up as much as we can.
We're sending out volunteers across the county to help people free of charge remove their trees and the debris that has accumulated in their yards.
Some people have lost everything, and so to just be a tiny part of their day, load up their car, give them a smile, show them where they can take a hot shower.
We're basically just putting together kits for people who are in need.
We want to tell them thank you. They do an awful lot.
Growing up in Decatur, it's a good community. Everybody has came together as a community and helped everybody out here. People I don't even know. People just from the community, from the school.
And individuals without electricity, individuals with trees on their homes, in their yard, those individuals left the mess that they had to come and help folks that were in need.
Our building behind me actually has some damage, but we planned today so that we can make sure we do serve this week, because we know there's extra needs.
Thank you so much for everything, and you're just supporting so much families and just so many people that clearly need help.
Hi everyone, happy Friday. It is Friday, and today is a special day. That's because it's called Founders Day. We're handing out some flyers here so we can get some relief for Tornado Day. Let's be honest, they've been hit hard. Every year, one day in June, everybody in all of the Next Star stations gets together. And look at all the things that we're gathering.
We're actually building the kits that will be given out here, Dan.
Here's the list: washcloths, large towels. Let's get some people to donate items. Let's make this an amazing Next Star Founders Day of Caring on this June 14th, 2024. Take care, guys. Have a good one.